Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. How have you been? It's been a minute. Um, well, look who's here, the star of the show. You want to come up and say hello to everybody, too? All right, you come up and say hello to everybody, too. Hope everybody's been doing well. Here we are to start to a beautiful summer. As you can see, my co-pilot loves summer. She's been swimming almost every day, and this is her favorite time of the year. Um, and so that's been fantastic. Um, Kids are out of school. We've been having a lot of fun. We got some fun trips ahead of us this summer. We're going to be heading up to the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota for a canoe camping trip. So that should be interesting. I have no idea what we're getting into. I hope to get some footage for you guys that could make some pretty cool. Maybe we'll do some canoe camping cooking. That would be fun. And we've got a beach trip planned for later in July. And so we'll get some coastal cooking maybe going in there. So yeah, we've got a lot of plans. It should be a fun summer. Really looking forward to it. Um, Today's kind of a special day, celebrating a bit. Birthday boy over here. Let's just say we're in the middle somewhere. No need to go into specifics, I should say. But so, hey, that brings us to what we're doing today. Um, have some family coming over this afternoon, and we are going to be grilling because that's one of my favorite types of cooking to do. And I've got a special treat for you guys as to what we're grilling, and that is some wild duck that my dad is sharing with us. He is a duck hunter, and he's going to bring a few of those over. And we've got a few special tricks that we do to cook those ducks. Got a wonderful sauce that goes over the top. It makes for a really rustic meal. And it's not something I eat very often. It's not something that my dad shares with me that often. Um, and so when you get the opportunity, um, we take it. And it's my birthday, so hey, let's do it. So looking forward to sharing that with all of you this afternoon. Right, it's happy hour as far as I'm concerned on birthday, right? So cheers. Mm. Thanks as always for coming back and checking out my channel, checking out these cooking videos. Hope you enjoy them. Um, if you're already not, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get those notifications, and hopefully you'll see more of these. So when I bring you guys back, I will show you what we are going to be working with. All right, Lou, say goodbye to your fans. All right, see you guys in a bit.
Okay, and we are back. As you can see, we have a guest star. My dad is joining us again for my birthday, which is very much appreciated. And as you guys heard in the last video, he brought these wonderful ducks down here, which we're going to cook up. And then the ducks have a co-star there to the right. We'll get into that. Hey, but Dad, so why don't you say hi, and we'll get into this.
Hi.
Yeah. So what do you think? This is your kind of ballpark with these ducks. Well, we should probably say hi to Loopy. Loopy, you want to say hi to the guests? Well, no, she's on her way. So this is you perfected this over the years. So why don't you tell them a little bit about what we're working with here, where you got these, and how we're going to do this.
Well, I've been hunting and eating ducks around the Sacramento area for more than 50 years now. And during that time, I've learned a few things about cooking ducks that I'd like to pass along to people today. First of all, what kind of ducks do we hunt around here? Well, the biggest ones, these are 3 mallards. That's the biggest kind of duck that we hunt around here. And the next size down from that would be pintail, or we call them locally sprig. And then they have a bunch of smaller ducks like widgeon and teal and so forth. And interestingly, people that are really connoisseurs of ducks feel like the smaller the duck is, the better the flavor is. But of course, the more meat you get on a bigger duck. And then of course we hunt some geese around the Sacramento area. We're in the middle of what they call the Pacific Flyway, and so every spring the ducks fly north, and then every fall the ducks fly south. And so there's always a lot of ducks, and some ducks have been smart enough to just adopt Sacramento as their home. But these are 3 mallards, which are very desirable ducks to cook.
And I noticed that they're really plump. Really, these are a good haul you got.
Yeah. They've probably been eating a lot of their favorite weeds from the duck pond, from the marsh, and so they're going to be very tasty. But everybody doesn't have a chance to cook wild ducks, and there's a few things that are different when you cook a wild duck. in order to make sure you have a successful cook. The first thing is that sometimes wild game of any type, whether it's deer, duck, or goose, or anything else, can have what they call a gamey taste. It's a taste that most people, maybe not most people, but some people that aren't particularly fond of wild game would just as soon do away with. And so and I frankly have to admit I'm in that group. I'd prefer to not have a gamey taste. So the way you get rid of that gamey taste is very easy. You barbecue it outside on a grill over charcoal. I've never had anybody complain about a gamey taste from a duck that's been barbecued over charcoal. And the second thing is, how do you barbecue it so that you aren't at risk of burning the house down or at least cremating the ducks? Well, the way you do that is by not putting any coals directly under the ducks. You put coals off to the side so it radiates heat onto the ducks, but the fat that drips off the ducks just drips in a place where there aren't any coals, and so you don't have flare-ups. And so that, I hate to admit, as a matter of fact, I have no idea how many years it took me to figure that out, but I was so happy when I finally did figure that out. The third thing that's kind of intuitive about ducks is that the problem with a duck is people think it's just a form of a chicken or a turkey, and so you ought to cook it like you cook a chicken or a turkey. Well, I can guarantee you that if you cook duck like you cook chicken or a turkey, you're going to end up with an overdone, dry duck, and tough. The longer you cook ducks, the tougher they get and the drier they get. And so it's interesting, and I hate to almost say this on my son's video because I don't want to get sued by anybody, but nobody would consider eating a chicken medium rare, but that's about the most you would want to cook a duck. And again, I've been eating many ducks a year for 50 years, and I've never had any problems eating a duck that was medium rare. The only thing that happens when it's medium rare is that it's still tender and it's still juicy. Cook it 10 minutes longer than that and it's going to be dry and tough. So take that for what it's worth. Either do it or don't do it. If you're worried about cooking underdone ducks, then cook them however you want. But I prefer to cook them so that they're medium rare.
And I'd say you're spot on with that. I mean, I've been eating your ducks since I was a little kid, and I've never gotten sick. And I've had duck that's been overcooked, and then the way you cook ducks, where it still looks like a really nice medium rare to rare steak. And man, it's a big difference in the flavor you get from just cooking it. So we're gonna go more into that when we go throw these guys on the grill. But the other part of this equation is this sauce that you make, and we'll probably go more into that when you start cooking it on the stovetop here. But what we've got here is we've got some beautiful lemon and the rosemary and the garlic. We're gonna mince that up and some butter and the Worcestershire sauce, and that's gonna go on the duck. And I think you'd agree that probably helps a lot in terms of making this thing pretty fabulous,
It does. As a matter of fact, I'm so happy that I didn't have to spend 50 years trying to figure that out. I think the first year or so that I was hunting with my good friend Carl Spillman, who died now, but he invited me to hunt with him in his club for many years. First year or so that I was there, one of the older members took me aside and said, "This is the way you cook duck. You make a sauce out of butter and lemon juice and Worcestershire sauce and rosemary and whatever other spices you decide to throw in there, and it'll taste great." So I tried it once, I loved it. I've never done it any other way for 50 years.
Yeah, and I'd agree. I mean, it's almost drinkable. It's so good the way he does it. So we're going to show you guys how to do that. However, I'd be remiss to say, what's the little second cousin over here to the right of the duck? Well, that is a tomahawk steak. And what's happening here is some of the folks my family that are joining us tonight are not lucky enough, or their palates are not welcome to the duck. So they want a steak. So it's because it's my birthday, I kind of went and splurged, and this is a beautiful steak. What we've got on there is some garlic powder and some pepper and salt. That's really all you need. We're going to sear that guy on both sides, create a nice crust. Get the meter in there, which you guys have heard me talk about in the past, which is going to monitor that temperature, get that to a perfect medium rare, about 125, 130. We're going to couple that with the duck. That sauce, I guarantee folks will want that on both the duck and the tomahawk there, so that'll be good. And then, of course, just over here we have a really nice side, which is the couscous, which, Dad, you mentioned this to me, and I think you're right. That's a perfect side for the duck because it's the duck is so rich, but then you have a mild side, and yet you that juice from everything. It makes for a really wonderful meal, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, I think the ducks that I cook go with couscous. I don't know how many years I've been doing that, but many, many years. And if I had couscous without ducks or ducks without couscous, I would feel incomplete.
Well, perfect. Hey, you know what? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's so
My
I'm
pleasure.
really happy to have you.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. And hey, we'll see you guys out in the grill here in a bit. Okay, guys, and we are back. We are going to get the sauce prepared. Well, we got Loopy in the background there. She's ready for some sauce. My dad's going to show you guys how to make the sauce for the duck and then also that tomahawk. So let's get going.
Great. Well, first we'll put in a little bit of butter, and that'll get going.
Yeah.
And then I like sliced garlic because I think it mellows out the taste a little bit more than minced garlic or a garlic that's been pressed. And so I sliced the garlic cloves that I wanted to use. So I'll dump those in there.
Well, that's going to be good.
Oh yeah, great. And this is Worcestershire sauce.
Now, I just guesstimated. You might need more or less. I don't know. Does that look good?
Look at this. What do you see?
What?
More than you had in there at first?
Well, oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
a little
Oh,
bit
you
more
already
than-
you already beat me to
I
that.
already did that, yeah.
All
So
right,
we'll
all
throw in the Worcestershire sauce. And then we'll put in some lemon juice through the strainer.
You said that was a real nice strainer, too.
It's a high quality strainer. I'm proud of you. And so, I don't know how interested it is in everybody to see me squeeze 4
Well, you got to make it interesting, Dad, or else we're going to lose viewers.
segments. I could tap dance while I'm doing this. I bet there aren't too many people that could tap dance and squeeze lemon segments at the same time.
You could start a whole new thing. Yeah.
That's right.
Looks like those are juicy lemons. That's a nice.
They're good. They're high quality lemons. I'm
Yeah.
happy to see
Well,
that.
I'll try to just get you the best stuff.
Yeah. And then last one, come in there now.
Now that was just one big lemon, and I think that's about how
Worked
much we
great.
normally. Yeah.
Yeah, it really did work great.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna put in some of this high quality rosemary. This is great rosemary. I think this is the first time I've ever seen rosemary like this, David. And I'm looking forward to see how it tastes in there.
I tried to get it better. That was just right. It was in the market available. I think we actually had it in the backyard. I don't know why I didn't use my backyard.
And then
rosemary.
some black pepper.
Mhm.
Either it's invisible pepper or
Well, you have to
here
keep,
grinding.
you have to keep
noise.
grinding it. Yeah.
And then some of this red pepper.
Oh, so that's a new ingredient. That's a secret.
No, I've always
ingredient.
put in red pepper. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that looks good. A little bite to it.
Yeah, a little heat for it. And then a little bit of salt. And basically that's it, folks, for this. We just let this simmer for as long as we've got time for it to simmer. Can you turn it down a little bit from
Yeah,
there?
I can turn it down.
Okay.
Yeah, just let this kind of get happy in there.
Yeah, that's good. And so I'll give it a little swirl, but it looks like we've got the right ingredients in there now, and so we just need to let it melt for a while.
Marinate a little bit.
Yeah, and then it'll be great.
Yeah. Well, let's go and check our ducks, and then we'll be back in a bit. All right, Dad. So we are at grill time. So now what's next here? What do we do? What do we do with the coals there?
As you can hopefully see through the camera, we got a stack of coals on the right, stack of coals on the left, no coals in the middle. This means we're not going to have to worry about flame ups. We can go and drink wine while the ducks are cooking without having to rush out here with a fire extinguisher. So what I'm going to do is take the ducks and put them on so that the backs of the ducks are down, because the heat sort of radiates through the backs up through the body.
And didn't you have somebody that should be looking over this to making sure that it's
somebody
proper?
should look over and make sure that I sure don't know what I'm doing. I hope somebody does.
Yeah.
And so there are the ducks, and I'm going to put the
No, you
top-
didn't let the person. Who is that?
You approve of that?
Oh yeah, those look great.
All right, good.
Mom, what do you think?
I don't like duck.
What are you waiting for?
Steak.
The tomahawk steak?
Yeah, the tomahawk steak is
All right.
gonna be mine.
All right, everything's fine. We got the top on there. We're going to get good heat in there.
Yeah.
We're not going to get flame up, so we can go and drink our wine for the next 20 minutes.
All right. And then you don't have anything else?
No,
Nothing else to say to the people?
it's really nice to see everyone again.
Well, thank you both for coming for my birthday.
Happy birthday!
All right, I love
Happy
you.
birthday.
All right. Hey, so we're back for one more bit. We didn't talk about how long you think the duck should cook.
Well, the ducks should cook for a minimum of 20 minutes because these are big ducks. These
Right.
are mallards.
Right.
And so that'd be 10 minutes on each side. So really, after 10 minutes, I'm going to come out and turn them over so they're breast side down.
Are we gonna baste them at all? Or are we gonna let
Oh
them?
yeah, and every time we come out, or maybe even more often than that, we're going to baste with the sauce that I've been making. We're going to brush some on the back and brush them on the breast. Right now, the breast side is up. And so as soon as the ducks have maybe 5 minutes to plump out a little bit, we should get out here with the sauce and brush them on the breast.
Great. All right. Hey, so when we come back, we're going to show you guys what the finished product looks like and how we're going to plate this, and then we'll go in for that big bite.
Okay, what we're going to do now is to put some sauce on the breast of the ducks.
So
you can see they plumped out nicely since they started, which is exactly what we hoped they would do.
So grandson is going to put the sauce on there.
Right, and then we're going to turn them over so that they can brown, although they look pretty brown already, and so we'll brown them for a while on the breast, and then we'll serve them.
What do you think of the sauce?
Tasty.
That's tasty. Luna, what do you think? Oh my God, the dogs, and then Loopy down there. Everybody's getting ready to eat. Don't be liberal. You put a lot of sauce on there. It's going to be very good.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'll do for right now. Now I'm going to flip them over so the breast side is down for a
Oh
while.
boy.
The nice thing about starting them on the back like that is if they get a little over brown on the back, there's really no meat back there anyway. It just helps them to cook. So we'll make sure that the breast side, which is what people eat.
Should Elliot put some more sauce on the? No.
I don't think so because there's really no meat
All right.
to speak of back there.
Okay, guys. When we come back, we will show you the finished product. All right, so here we are back. We've got the ducks on the grill, almost done. But you know, what would be a video without my mom in here? So say hello.
Hello.
What are you doing with that big bottle over there?
I was just going to enjoy.
Hey! Oh my God! Relax, relax. So what are you making here for us?
Okay, I'm making a green salad.
Yeah.
I happen to love green salad.
Well, everybody it's
So-
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but I put all kinds of
Well,
stuff.
what's in there? What's in this?
Well, there's lettuce with cabbage, and
There's
then
no
I
cabbage.
forgot.
I don't see cabbage.
Yeah, there's
There's a little bit.
purple
Oh.
cabbage, and then I normally put baby shrimp in here, but I forgot them.
You forgot the shrimp
I did forget the
for
shrimp.
my birthday?
I know, isn't that pitiful? And then I got cucumber, and I always do.
Oh, I like those artichokes. Those are
the
good.
artichoke hearts, yeah. And then I was telling my daughter-in-law that I found these wonderful avocados.
Uh-huh.
Those are really good. And then I always like to put croutons in.
Oh, sounds great.
Yes. So basically, that's pretty much it. It's a very easy salad, but it's really nice and fresh.
Well, we appreciate it. It looks good.
Yeah.
It
Happy
should be
birthday.
good. Yeah, thank you. Love you.
Love you too.
So you're going to be eating a big slab of duck. That's what you want tonight?
No, I'm going to be having a big slab of steak.
Well, I don't know if there's enough steak.
Whatever there is, I'm going to eat it.
All right, Mom. Well, I'll leave you to it,
Okay.
and then we'll get back to this other stuff.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, folks, we are back, and we have a beautiful barbecue duck here. And what my dad's going to show you is the proper way to butcher the duck once it's barbecued. There's a certain way to do it, and so it's worth watching this so you know how to get it right. Hey, Dad, go take it away.
Okay, and so this is the difference between not having a nice slice of breast meat and having a mess. This is the breast side up. You can see how the breast is plumped on each side. The feet are facing up. If you had it on the other side, this would be the back. There's not much meat back there. And so the neck is kind of toward the back, and the breasts are up by themselves. And so what we want to do is slice half breast off each side, eat that, and then if you're still hungry, which a lot of people still are, there's a lot of the rest of the duck to gnaw. So what I do is I start on one side of the breast, and I cut into it like that, and then I cut around, following the breastbone, like this, trying to get as much of a piece in this one first cut as I possibly can. And so then you can see the breast is beginning to come off, and it's a beautiful medium rare
God. Wow, that was
texture.
well done.
Look at that, isn't that great?
You cooked that perfectly.
Thank you. And so here's a half breast, and you do the same thing on the other side. Then when you finish with those, you gnaw on the rest.
So maybe your grandson here should be the one to
Would
decide.
you like to have a taste? Why don't you
If
slice
there's any-
off a little bite for
Yeah.
yourself?
Okay. Elliot, what do you think? Are you ready for this? That's all right, huh?
That's really good.
All right, buddy. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us again this evening. That was the big bite there, and then, like I said before, like if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, get those notifications, and we will join you in the next ones. All right, everybody. Good night.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Thank you.